your grant money comes in, scholarship money, all that. I mean, when I went to University of Miami, it was cheaper to go to University of Miami in the 80s than it was to go to any state school in Texas.
Yeah.
Until they cut my financial aid, and then it went to double. So I came back with the same text.
Yeah.
You ready?
We're good.
We're good with John? Lee,
Sir.
we good to go?
Yes, sir. I need to get John real quick because I don't see. Let's see. 3 people. Yeah, Austin was going to be joining us, and I don't see where he's.
It says 3 people in the waiting room up there, but I don't know what you're doing.
He
In the
said,
middle.
Yeah, he said this counts as the that's at work.
okay, yeah,
But yeah, this counts as the open part.
okay, all right.
Over the top, like.
Well, I don't have the same.
Which one?
So how do I get, there's people in the waiting, how do I get the people in the waiting room?
How do you keep up with all the names of roads and
David, John.
Maybe I know, and for a very slim part of the population that are very similar to one another, and they're all, you know. It's for
I mean, we're not all that.
and because of that, I mean,
All right, now.
yeah,
We're good.
Can y'all hear us on there?
you know what it is, and they're just.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right, right.
We can't hear you.
So, you're on.
With no audio?
Somebody that's 50,000.
I heard Jonathan, so I don't know if it's maybe on your end.
Yeah, I can hear Austin as well.
You can't hear them at all? Everybody with an arrhythmia, you really get takes. I mean, you have an AFib, you're on it. It's 100% against. You know, we were doing 1 or 2 bottles a week, now we're doing 4 or 5 a day. And my wife's like, yeah, we need 20 minutes. That's crazy. Right now, those bottles are.
Can you hear us, Jonathan?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
There you are.
Okay, got it. Yeah, thank you.
Yep, we got you.
You got it recording.
Okay. Ready? All right, I'd like to call to order this meeting of the Red Oak Industrial Development Corporation. I need to do the pursuant to section 551 of the Texas Government Code. Notice is hereby given this special meeting of the City of Red Oak Industrial Development Corporation will be held December 5th, 2023 at 6:30 p.m. It is currently 6:34. Yeah, anything else? Oh, yeah, we have a quorum present. Item 2 on the agenda, new business. Item A, consider approval of the minutes from the City of Red Oak Industrial Development Corporation special meeting held August 8th, 2023 and September 19th, 2023. Can I hear a motion?
I move we approve both of those minutes. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. This is David. Aye.
Oh,
David. Hi, David.
welcome, Dave. Okay, item
Thank
B,
you.
discussion and possible action concerning adoption of resolution number 23-018R, approving an economic development incentive grant agreement with Olive Garden Holdings LLC and approving the related expenditure of funds and authorizing its president to execute all necessary documents on the behalf of the Red Oak IDC and providing an effective date. Any discussion on this?
So Olive Garden is looking at well, they actually have it under contract closed. We're going through this before they do it, obviously. But it is the northwest corner of Harmony Way and I-35 Service Road. They are looking to add about 3 to 4 managers, 80 to 90 employees, which would be about 50 full-time equivalent employees. Sales tax collected and remitted would be about 412,000 annually, property taxes 50,000 annually, investment of 3.7 to 5.2, building 7,700 square foot facility. They have requested, and we've looked at it, and it looks good to us. Rather than doing any tax abatements or cash or anything else, we're looking at basically a 380 agreement to rebate sales tax back to them. It will be, you can't say how much it's going to be because it will be performance based. If they're putting in more sales tax, they'll get more sales tax back. Less, they get less back. But for the first 2 years, it would be 75% rebate. That's the time, obviously, when restaurants need to get geared up and moving quickly. Olive Garden is a little different than mom and pop, but still, you want to try to bring back as much of that capital investment up front as you can. Then for years 3 through 5, it drops down to 50%. And then 6 and 7 years, it's down to 25%, and then it's fully on the books after that. So 7-year sales tax rebate.
Where's that excludes alcohol taxes?
It's just sales rebate, sales tax.
Okay.
So it looks good to us. I don't know if you all have any questions. We have Austin Arnold who's representing them on Zoom if y'all do have any questions. But staff recommends approval.
Is there like a threshold that we do this for? You mentioned mom and pop, because we don't do it for everybody. And I'm not against this. I'm just saying, is there like a threshold that we would give this to?
Say another.
Yeah.
Somebody came in tomorrow.
Right,
Exactly.
right. So I want the same thing.
Right.
I would comment on this whole, them showing up in the first place isn't just they came here, you want to be here.
Yeah.
And, you know, anything we can have some in Texas. This is really, this originates through EDC. There have been some discussions with them, some discussions with the EDC. We had a pretty big meet with them at ICSC conference last May, at which we talked to them about wanting them to come here and be in front of the theater. And we really talked to them about wanting 2 of their brands there, which is the discussion that we had. We don't talk about the Olive Garden because that's the one that's talked to. So we talked to them about the possibility of incentives to get them here and get that area where they're going. And so we're sort of operating forward to get them here in the first place.
So was this their proposal, this part of it, was that their?
And usually those things are like, here's kind of what we might do, and they're like, this is how, so it's been back and forth between Lee, Todd, and John, and them a number of times. And it is balanced in some ways on getting the second, which is something everybody here has been looking for forever. We told them everybody's been looking for something in the steakhouse forever. And that if we were talking about incentives, we'd love to have the Olive Garden, but if we're getting both, we would be probably keen to be a little more. Because the people who've been saying forever, and beat me up forever when I was there about why can't we have decent steakhouse in Florida. Now that isn't guaranteed because their organization, those two, the decisions on the 2 of them aren't made. They're saying people, so they have to be made individually. The other, we can't tell you what happened, won't happen, whatever, but this is kind of the first piece of the discussion we had. So it's not like we're just giving them an incentive because they showed up.
We didn't think of the incentive first and then they came. Okay.
Yeah, we worked to get them to come here because we really want, you know, EDC has put a lot of money in that area, to make the theater and so forth for paying infrastructure and so forth. And we want to get those first big name restaurants.
Anchor out.
Anchor out, we got the theater, we got them, and then we think we'll start to see like the building. Sure. So that's the point of the incentive is kind of personal in this.
But once we give it, we're gonna have to be prepared to either argue why we only gave it to them or what's sort of the.
I just explained it.
Yeah.
You're coming here fourth. We needed them first. Right. So
It's kind of like the deal they did in San Diego. Literally offered free rent to people in the middle. When you give something in the to get it started, and then they started charging big time for the in spots.
Well, I mean, I'm for opening this up a lot. I mean, I don't.
Yeah, I think ultimately, Casey, you look at it, and it would have to be something sort of equivalent to this, to get, abatements. We've done. Or rebates, we've done different types of incentives for different types of. Like Pageant over here,
Yeah.
we did incentives to them, but it wasn't this,
Right.
because that's not the structure that they needed it in.
Right.
And we went through with these guys, different structures, different ways that we could incentivize them, and this is the one that worked out best for them. For another restaurant, it may not be the same thing, because that may not be the structure that we needed.
We've learned, particularly on the IDC side, we've seen it here, with IDC, that flexibility of the approach of a particular tenant or
Right.
particular client has been a key to being successful in a lot of as well. Because as opposed to, we've been pretty careful about not saying this is exactly the way we do it. For anybody to fit it, we don't.
Okay, well, I'm not, okay, then I'm not saying specifically this bill, I'm saying. Is there a new business that comes in, maybe it's roughly the size, maybe it's new and it has no track record, and we just say, we're not gonna do anything, or I don't know, what do we?
Well, right now, we have plenty of them coming in on that. Places coming in.
I bet after this, they might
They go
ask.
get their zoning and they.
After this, they might ask.
If they ask, then we can consider it. The question is, are they gonna come without? And in this case, I don't think the answer is yes. In time maybe, but the point was, we want the time to be now. So others may wait until it's more mature and come in later. But we need that area to start to kick.
So is there an estimate, if there, what is the estimated amount in total? Do we have an estimate that we would wind up giving? I know it's based on performance, but they know an average store does this.
So their average, they're estimating their annual sales tax collections would be about $412,000.
So 206 times 7.
Okay, gotcha.
And that's if it's balanced.
Right. Yeah, maybe higher performing, maybe lower performing, just depends on, that's their average. Okay. All right. Anybody else have any other questions, discussion?
Move to approve resolution number 23-018R.
Anything else we need to include in that? No, okay. All right, all in favor?
Second.
No, it's all right. Yeah.
And in favor.
And all in favor?
Aye. And David.
We got it. All right, David?
Yeah.
You there? Is yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, unanimous.
Thank you. Thank you all. I just want to say appreciate everybody coming on today and appreciate all the work Lee has put into this. So and appreciate your all's time tonight.
Thank you for being here.
Yeah.
And Austin, you heard all we said about the other side of this, didn't you?
Yes, sir. Yep.
Elephant-like memory.
We'll keep working on that.
Thank you. We're really looking forward to y'all being here. We really are.
We're excited. We're ready to get going.
My wife's excited too.
All right, we're going to move on to agenda item C, discussion and consider ratifying a license agreement by and between the City of Red Oak Industrial Development Corporation and H. Brown Inc. for offloading an electric transformer at the RLIDC rail spur as delivered by the Union Pacific Railroad Company and transport the electric transformer to Encore facility on State Highway 342 in Red Oak, Texas. Any discussion on this one? Lee?
Yeah, this is the same agreement that we do virtually every year with H. Brown. Very quickly, they're the contractors from Encore to offload and transport large transformers up to the facility on 342. So it's a class.
Is this their facility in Lancaster?
Yeah, sometimes it goes, sometimes it goes up there, sometimes it goes here, sometimes it goes out from here.
Yeah, the only question that I'd have at all is, has anything changed? Is there anything different about this? Is there anything changed that would change how hazardous any of this is? Any change to the agreements we've done?
No, it's exactly the same as in the past.
This would be a year agreement. This is a renewal.
No,
Or is this a
it's
one-time
not-
one-off?
It's just for a
Just one-off.
window of time. Yeah.
Okay. All right, any other discussion on this item? Do I have a motion?
No, none here. Motion to approve.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion passes unanimously. Item D on the agenda, new business, conduct a public hearing and consider adopting resolution number 23-019R, approving an expenditure of funds in an amount not to exceed $4,700 for FDCS to perform additional services related to the revisions to project documents by Conduit Architecture for the Pearson Park restroom facilities, and authorizing its president to execute all necessary documents on behalf of ROIDC and providing an effective date.
So Jonathan, if you wanna, I mean, we'll go ahead and take action on them separately, but if you wanna explain both of those two items at one time, so that would also be the second one's still on the same subject.
Sure. Good evening. So the first item D is, you may remember we have a contract with a construction manager who is also working with an architect on the Pearson Park restroom. When we originally got the design back and the estimate from the contractor, it was significantly over what we had originally discussed with IDC. So we went back with the architect and did some value engineering to get the price of the building down. And so that's what the $4,700 is that's basically the additional work the architecture firm had to do in the new drawings that had to be submitted as part of those value changes. So I'd be happy to answer any questions about that item specifically.
Okay, how much did we save that we're spending $4,700 to save it?
Right. So that was my question. So I can get you an exact number, but it was significant amount. We reduced we actually cut the restroom down by one stall on each side. We cut the storage room, the size of the storage room down, and narrowed the chase. So the overall footprint of the building shrunk, which I think it saved us. Like I said, I don't want to give you a wrong number, but it was significant. It was at least 10% of the cost that we're considering tonight to saved on the project. So it was significant.
Tens of thousands.
Yeah, I think it was close to 50, but I don't want to give an exact number.
2% is about 50. Yeah.
So it's I forgot what I was going to ask.
So I guess the juice was worth the squeeze on this one. Because we'd originally given you guys kind of a rough estimate on what we thought it was going to cost, and it came in significantly higher. There were some other things that kind of were adjusted, some roof materials that were kind of a premium type material that we downgraded, same type of warranty and everything, but it was just a less expensive roof system. So just little things here and there that ended up adding up to be a significant amount of money.
So I guess going to the bathroom in there is just not going to be the same experience.
That's right. Not as premium.
Well, I was over there today. I think you guys are going to be really pleased with the final product.
I'll be happy. So, yeah, she walked out that part here.
Okay. You gonna explain the second one, or
Yeah.
Can we hold?
Yes, sir. So in the original plan, the original idea was to pull power from we have some power that's over there in that dumpster enclosure that's very close by. Once they got in and looked at the heaters and the draw that was going to happen on the internal chase of the building, it was determined that we didn't have enough capacity on that electrical service that was going to the dumpster enclosure. So and then if you remember also, we pulled additional power for the the 3 fountains that are installed now. So we had to go back, look at get with Encore, and we were lucky enough that they had some capacity left on that transformer that's in the parking lot. So they're going to bore underneath the parking lot and run a new service line directly to the restroom. So it'll be its own service, and we'll be able to have plenty of power for what we need over there.
How much power does it go draw?
Well, those heaters that keep the pipes from freezing in the winter and that chase, they draw quite a bit. So we had to pull our own. We had to have a dedicated, circuit and service for that restroom.
So I'll go ahead and read the second one.
I'll read the second one, then we'll do a public hearing on both of them. Agenda item E, conduct a public hearing and consider adopting resolution number 23-20R, approving expenditure of funds in an amount not to exceed $10,000 for a prime contract change order for Morales Construction Services for additional electric utility services for the Pearson Park restroom facilities, and for authorizing its president to execute all necessary documents on behalf of IDC and providing an effective date. I'm going to open a public hearing for both agenda item D, resolution adopting resolution number 23-019R, and for adopting resolution 23-20R. The public hearing is now open.
Can I interrupt real quick?
Sure.
So sorry, I just want to give you that information. The savings was $67,100. So the 4,700 for the architect redo, I think again was worth it. So.
I move to close the public hearing.
Second. All in favor of closing public hearing on both agenda items? Aye. Aye. David?
Aye.
Okay, public hearings are closed unanimously. Now, do I have a motion on action for agenda item D?
I move that we approve resolutions number 23-019R and number 23-20R.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, this is David.
Those two pass unanimously. We need an executive session on this time. Okay, no executive session.
Can I give you one more restroom update too, just so you'll know? Restroom should be complete in 3 weeks. So they're estimating worst case scenario after the first of the year, but they're hoping to squeeze it in by the end of December. So
Nice.
Okay, any other items for discussion before we adjourn?
You want to talk about that? 23-707, what we'll do when we do executive session.
I'll adjourn. Okay. All right, we'll adjourn real quick. In accordance with Texas Government Code Section 551.071, we're adjourning into executive session to discuss deliberations regarding economic development negotiations.
And it would be D.
And okay.
551.072.
Okay, pursuant to Texas Government Code 551.072, deliberations regarding the purchase, exchange, lease, or value of real property. All right, we're going to take this into executive session. Stay the hell out.
No, not in.
Okay.
We're just going back to regular session and close it out.
Back into regular session at 7:10. There is no action to be taken from executive session discussions. Final agenda item is adjournment. We have a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
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 To adjourn. Thank you, gentlemen.